Career identity and success definitions. Who told you what winning looks like? If I asked you to introduce yourself, what would you say? Your name, your job, your company, your degree, your title. Your resume would speak before your personality does. That is not accidental. In many modern societies, career is not something you do. It is something you are. And once career becomes identity, success becomes existential. You are no longer pursuing achievement. You are protecting worth. This chapter is not about ambition. It is about imprint. It is about how national narratives about merit, status, and survival fuse your self-esteem to your output, and how that fusion quietly governs your anxiety. The mechanism, when meritocracy becomes moral code. In high-merit societies, success is framed as fairness. Work hard, get results, earn status. This narrative stabilizes early. Cross-cultural research in exam-driven systems shows that children internalize performance-based identity before adulthood. Achievement is not just rewarded, it is moralized. Effort becomes virtue. Underperformance becomes shame. In collectivist contexts, career success may carry family honor. In individualist contexts, career success may define personal worth. Either way, the message is consistent. Your value is measurable, and measurable value becomes addictive. Because it is clear. Clear metrics reduce ambiguity. Grades, income, promotion, recognition. They offer certainty in uncertain worlds. But certainty comes at a cost. When worth is externalized, internal stability weakens. Singapore, success as survival. Singapore's modern narrative is built on survival through excellence. A small island with limited natural resources, surrounded by regional instability, positioned education and efficiency as lifelines. The subtext is powerful. If we do not excel, we fall behind. The cultural concept of kiasu, fear of losing out, extends beyond school into career. Success is not optional. It is protective. Children are groomed early. Academic performance determines trajectory. Trajectory determines opportunity. Opportunity determines security. In such systems, career identity crystallizes early. The nervous system links achievement to safety. Rest feels risky. Experimentation feels inefficient. Comparison becomes habitual. The result? Highly competent professionals, globally competitive workforce, and rising burnout rates. When success equals survival, slowing down feels irresponsible. The irony? The very drive that built national stability now produces psychological fragility. Because survival mode was never meant to be permanent. Korea, the rank is the identity. South Korea's exam hierarchy embeds status directly into career path. Educational prestige determines professional prestige. Professional prestige influences social standing. This creates clarity, but it also creates compression. If your rank at 18 predicts your life trajectory, flexibility narrows. Parents invest heavily in preparation. Students endure intense pressure. The exam is not academic, it is existential. When rank defines future, failure becomes catastrophic. Even success can feel unstable, because someone always ranks higher. In such systems, career identity fuses tightly with self-concept. You are not just an engineer. You are a top-tier engineer, or you are not. The nervous system learns to scan for hierarchy, to compare constantly, to measure progress in relative terms. This fuels excellence. It also fuels anxiety. Because identity tied to ranking is always conditional. China, effort as moral obligation. China's post-reform narrative emphasizes effort as path to advancement. Hard work equals success. This message empowered millions. Education became pathway to mobility. The Gaokao remains central. But inequality persists. Urban advantages, regional disparities, access differences. Yet the effort narrative remains dominant. This creates internal tension. If success equals effort, then failure equals insufficiency. Structural realities fade into background. Self-blame intensifies. Overwork becomes moral duty. Work ethic is not just professional trait, it is virtue. The 996 work culture, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, became normalized in certain sectors. Ambition is praised. Fatigue is minimized. Burnout becomes private. The nervous system adapts to chronic pressure. Chronic pressure becomes baseline. The United States, the dream and the disillusionment. The American dream promises upward mobility through grit. Entrepreneurial spirit is celebrated. Ivy League education signals elite trajectory. Personal branding amplifies self-marketing. The individual is architect of destiny. This narrative is intoxicating. It produces innovation. It produces startups. It produces ambition. But it also produces illusion. Structural inequalities persist. Access to elite networks often correlates with wealth. The gap between rhetoric and reality widens. Disillusionment grows. When meritocracy fails to deliver universally, resentment builds. Those who succeed attribute success to effort. Those who struggle may internalize failure. Identity fractures, because the promise was personal agency. The outcome feels systemic. The nervous system oscillates between empowerment and frustration. Strengths of merit-driven identity. Meritocratic cultures cultivate high competence, skill mastery, discipline, goal clarity. They reward productivity. They create measurable standards. They incentivize innovation. Ambition can be energizing. Achievement can build confidence. Clarity reduces confusion. Without merit narratives, complacency may increase. Blind spots of merit-driven identity. But merit-driven identity carries predictable risks. Perfectionism escalates. Rest feels unearned. Comparison intensifies. Relationships become secondary to achievement. Midlife crises become common because individuals realize they optimize for performance, not meaning. Equality rhetoric masks structural barriers, which intensifies self-blame. And when burnout surfaces, individuals often blame themselves, not the system that trained them. Collectivist versus individualist career paths. Collectivist societies often embed relational considerations into career decisions. Family expectations influence choices. Career paths may prioritize stability and family honor. This provides support networks, but may constrain autonomy. Individualist societies prioritize self-directed exploration. Career changes are normalized. Passion is encouraged, but support systems may weaken. Isolation increases. Neither is universally superior. Both carry trade-offs. The question is, which script did you inherit? Burnout as cultural outcome. Burnout is not just workload. It is value misalignment. When your career identity is fused with worth, overwork becomes self-protection. If you stop achieving, who are you? Merit-heavy societies report high work hours and performance pressure. Work-life imbalance increases. Personal relationships strain. Envy surfaces. Success comparisons spill into friendships. Even vacations become curated achievements. The nervous system never fully disengages, because performance monitoring continues internally. Relational consequences of career imprint. When status defines identity, relationships shift. Partners may be chosen based on prestige. Social circles may reflect career alignment. Comparison becomes constant. Success of peers triggers insecurity. Friendships become networking. Romantic conflict may arise when career ambition dominates. Children may inherit performance anxiety. Identity becomes transactional. Not because individuals lack heart, but because Imprint prioritizes achievement. Midlife reckoning. In high-merit cultures, midlife reckoning often surfaces quietly. A successful executive may ask, "Why do I feel empty?" A decorated professional may realize, "I achieved what was expected, not what I wanted." A top-ranked graduate may discover, "I never asked whether I liked the latter." This crisis is not failure. It is awareness. It is the first crack in inherited narrative. The provocative truth: you may not love your job. You may love validation. You may not hate losing. You may fear invisibility. You may not crave status. You may crave safety. You may not be ambitious. You may be imprint-driven. Career identity feels personal, but its blueprint is national. Career narrative rewrite exercise. Step 1. List 3 to 5 definitions of success you absorbed growing up. Examples: high income, prestigious degree, stable government job. Entrepreneurial independence, managerial title. Step 2. Rate each definition from 1 to 10 based on personal fit, not societal approval. Personal alignment. Step 3. Identify which definitions feel inherited rather than chosen. Step 4. Draft an alternative definition blending strengths. For example, success means disciplined growth, financial stability, and time for meaningful relationships. Or, Success means mastery in my field and emotional well-being. Or, success means impact without sacrificing health. This rewrite does not reject meritocracy. It refines it. Integrating drive without losing self. Ambition is not enemy. Achievement is not villain. But unconscious fusion is dangerous. You can pursue excellence without worshiping ranking. You can value competence without equating it with worth. You can work hard without collapsing when you fail. The shift is subtle but profound. From, I am what I achieve, to I achieve but I am more. Closing reflection. Ask yourself, if my job disappeared tomorrow, who would I be? If no one knew my title, what would remain? If my income halved, would my identity fracture? If my parents never praised achievement, what would I pursue? Career imprint is powerful, but it is not destiny. In the next chapter, we turn to migration and identity fragmentation, because when you move across cultures, career scripts collide. And sometimes the collision reveals that what you thought was ambition was simply inheritance. But for now, sit with this. Who taught you what winning looks like? And are you still chasing it, even if it no longer fits? Awareness is the first promotion that cannot be taken away.